Well, good afternoon, and thank you for coming in and watching the Zoom video that we're going to have today, learning where to go for homework help for virtual learning. My name is Monica McLaurin, and I am the Studio Outreach Coordinator with the Nashville Public Library. And I'm here to share some things that I found, and hopefully these things will be helpful when you are helping your child or if your child is looking for help while doing their homework. Okay, so how about let's get started. Let's just go ahead and dig right on into it. I have come up with three particular websites or resources, I should say, that I believe that are very helpful. Are they the only sources of help? Absolutely not. But these are things that I've looked through them, I've researched them, I've talked to people who have used them, and they have definitely found these particular places to be helpful. And the first one that I have coming up, and unfortunately, this is only for um, students who are currently in the state of Tennessee, but it is an excellent resource. The first one we're going to talk about today is the Homework Hotline. Okay, I have up here the website, and we'll peek a little bit into it a little later. One main thing that I like about this particular homework uh, source or resource, I should say, is because you can actually call and talk to a real life person. Sometimes, we have different resources and you have to research them, you have to look through them, but this is one where you can actually talk to a real life person, and they are open to receive your calls and help with K through 12, all subjects between the hours of 3 and 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So once your child or once you get out of school, they are available to help you between the hours from 3 and 8 Monday through Thursday. And yes, this is, like I said before, it's K through 12, and they offer help with all subjects. One thing that is good about this, and it's going to be good about all the ones that I highlight, is it is totally free. It is free, it is free, it is free. During this particular time, that is something that we look for, and it is also good quality um, tutoring, good quality service that is being provided. Okay. Another thing that is really good, they offer help in seven different languages. That is actually a jewel, and I believe that it will be able to help so many students by offering all these different languages who I believe reflects a lot of the population that our schools are helping. So while we're in here, let's take a look and let's go to the website so you can actually see what it looks like, see some of the resources that it has. Okay. Right. Okay, this is the homework hotline here. It has the numbers right up here. There's two different numbers that you can use. They have one-on-one help, like I said, K through 12. Let me move this out of the way, okay? Then when we look at what particular resources that they have, um, let's look at the mission first. Let's go about it, okay? So it gives a little bit of the history, and it's been here since 1990, and how many students they have actually helped. What they are saying is over 550,000 students. I do know some people near and dear to me who have used this service, and they have found it to be very helpful. So I actually do highly recommend calling the Homework Hotline. They have several different sources. They have things, academic resources, and these are for all. Okay, these are just information that you can get on the website. This is beyond calling the actual homework hotline. Okay, they give a plethora of information where you can actually go to different sites and get help. They let you know the age grades that you can go and get help. And this is if, you're wanting a little bit more help than a one-on-one help, or you don't want that one-on-one help where you call in and they give you some more resources that you can actually use, okay? Also, testing, the TCAP testing and all those things that our elementary and middle school kids are using. They have resources that you can use to help your kids study, or to help you study for those upcoming tests that are coming up, which I find to be very helpful. They have math help, science help. So it's like a plethora of information. And then one of the other resources that I found that was very helpful is that they have community resources, okay? So we go to the Shelby County Schools, Learning Matters, and then they also talk about the YMCA, YCAP of Davidson County, and I really love this particular program. I've worked with them for years when we were out and about and providing programming, and they have an excellent program over there. And right now, I know they offer services not only just to kids after school, tutoring help, and things of that sort. They have programming that they offer on Zoom currently right now. And also they're helping our essential workers. If you're an essential worker and your kid may need help, I would recommend that you call them and see what services or what spots they have available also to help your kids. So these are not the only ones on their Junior Achievement, who has been around for years, that are great. National Community Education. They just have a plethora of information on this particular website. This is just a website, okay? But they also have, like I say, you can talk to someone individually. You can use these numbers, and we go back to the home page. Call, and you can talk to an actual real life tutor, and they can help you with your homework. And then also they have, if you need a little bit more help, they have what they call whiteboarding help. And it may be more than one student in this particular whiteboard, but they do have where they can work through the problems with you and give you a little bit more individualized help. Okay, so this is definitely something. I love the Homework Hotline, and I encourage you all to use that if you're needing extra help with your kid, or you're needing extra help with your homework. This is an excellent resource, okay? So let's go ahead, and I want to talk about my next one. My next one is called Freemathhelp.com. I've talked to a lot of students, a lot of parents, and a lot of them seem to be having some challenges with math help. And this particular website is for math help only. Now, this is not something that you could actually talk to a real life person like over the phone. It's mostly forum-based, but it's very user-friendly. And we'll go and we'll take a look at that in just a little while, okay? Also, if you're looking for something to keep your mind going and ready to go, or you're looking for something for your kid to keep them busy, to make sure that their mind is still sharp, they have several different fun math games. Or if you're doing some math help and you're going to need some of those special different kinds of calculators, they have several different calculators. And like I say, this is another free resource. So if you don't have the particular calculators you may need for your algebra help or your geometry or your calculus, they have free online calculators that you can actually use, okay? So one thing before we go to the particular website, they seem to be pretty much a stickler that you just can't put your work, you cannot just put your math problem out there that you can't solve and ask them what the answer. They want you to make sure you show your work, okay? they don't want to just give you answers. They want to actually help you learn. So when I would go through and I would look at the forums, what people were asking would help. And I've seen people just put their equation or whatever their problem and ask for help. And they will stop you and they will ask you to show your work, okay? So you make sure you do that. So let's take a look here, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the website, okay? While we're waiting, I'm hoping that everybody's having a great day today. So let's take a look at this. If you notice, they have several different grades here, okay? They help you with algebra, geometry, calculus, right? Trigonometry, statistics, okay? So when you're looking at that, you can go into the individual the tabs here, and they have a range of information where if you have a question on a particular area of math, and this is the algebra that we're looking at, excuse me, if you have a question about scientific notation, you just click on here and it will give you an overview and walk you through what that looks like and some of the challenges that you may be having. Okay, so those are pretty cool. And then they have examples over here on the side, popular questions. Suppose you have a question, I would look at popular questions to actually see if they already have answered that particular question over here on the side, okay? Like I said, if we go back really quickly, go back to the home page, okay? That the geometry, that is definitely something when I was in school that I struggled with. So there is a plethora of information that you can use to help you when you're struggling in your particular math programs, okay? So let's take a look here. Let's go back and go to the message board. This is where you can actually talk to someone, not in person, but you can put your question out there. And remember, you have a question and you're stuck, you can put your question out there, but make sure you show your work and let them know where you're stuck so they can help you. If you don't do that, they will ask you to do that. So let's go into the message boards really quickly. Okay, so these are some of the categories they actually have, that if you want to go into those in particular. Okay, so there's several different threads and messages that are out there. And we have some things that are happening today, but they seem to answer you very quickly. So it's a great resource, has a lot of information that's in here, okay? So let's look at this particular one so we can just kind of see how it works. Really quickly, look here, read before posting. That's where they're actually putting their requirements when you're posting using their form, okay? So let's go in here and let's look at help working on order algebra, okay? So go up here to the top. This particular person said, hey guys, I'm stuck. They needed some help. Here's the question. They have a problem working order. And then really quickly, that was at 6:25 this morning. And I believe within an hour, they had someone to respond to help them and to work through their particular programs. And if you still have questions, they follow the thread. This is one particular website. They do ask that you create an account and register, but like I said, it is free. But if you can see, the help that they're giving on this particular website is very detailed. They always seem to be really friendly and help you get the information that you're actually needing. Okay, you see this particular here, thanks for your quick reply. So if you're working on something, it's really helpful to have someone to reply to you very quickly And that seems like this is what happens on this particular website. Again. Let's go back to the home page really quickly. As I said before, they have solvers if you're looking for different calculators and how to use this, okay? They have all these calculators that are here to help you move through. They have book information, and since we are a library, that is actually really great. So they have the different calculators here. And there's also a drop-down menu if you just want to skip to that. And these are the different calculator helps that you could actually use when you're using this particular site, especially if you're needing help and you're trying to show your work. So, like I said, this is definitely great when you're stuck on your math. I've heard a lot of parents struggling and talking about their kids who are struggling with their particular math problems, especially not being in school with your teacher. But this is definitely one that I found that is very helpful. And they also have, well, they have different games. Kind of switch it up a little bit to keep your mind sharp. So different websites you can also use. So like I said, this is a great tool, and I say make sure you definitely use that. But what did I say? Don't forget, if you have a question and you want to use their forum situation after you're registered, make sure you show your work, okay? So last but not least of the websites that I recommend is called Fact Monster. Now this one, it is true as well, but it's mostly reference information. It covers a range of subjects for all ages. Like the last one we just talked about was specifically for math, but this is for all ages, all different types of help. And we'll go to the website like we did the previous two as well. They also have some games and quizzes that you can use for kids. And this is also very, very user friendly. So let's go ahead and go to the website here so you can see what it looks like. Okay. Now, this is for all grade levels. Here are the games and different things I was telling you about. They have different games. And here you go. Let's go up here. If you have like world history or geography help that you're needing, they have a specific tab just for that. U.S. history. If you're dealing with something in high school and you're learning about U.S. government, this is where you will go to find that help that you're needing. If you have to do some a paper on maybe on U.S. presidents or biographies on someone, this is the actual place where you can go for that. Here's your math and science help. And like I said, they have physics, health and body, dinosaurs, all the topics that you may encounter when you're in school, no matter what grade you're in. They have, okay, your language arts and your reading and your writing and all that good stuff, okay? Here's some homework help and some of the games and things that you might want to use. They also have some other tools that when I was coming up, we had an actual book, but now a lot of these things are online, so they can be updated very fast. They have your almanac, your atlases, dictionaries, encyclopedias, which we had used when I was coming up. Also, one tool that I found that's always very helpful to me when I'm writing a paper is a thesaurus, to keep me from saying or using the same words over and over and over again, right? So let's go in here. So let's go into a particular tab. Let's go to the homework tab and see what type of help that they have, that you can look and see what they have. Okay. Sorry, somebody is sending me an email. But anyways, this is the study geography, United States geography they have in here. They have flashcards. That's something else. But anyways, I got kind of caught up. So they have a lot of information and different places in here. So you really, by having so much information, I would really take my time to kind of go through here and look and see what they have so you'll know exactly what you're looking for. Let's look at this one on biology. Okay. Let's do the human body. Let's look and see what that looks like. And like I said, it's broken down very well. So let's look at the nervous system. Okay. Now, if you're doing something on that, they actually have some other tabs, but it explains about the nervous system, the parts of the systems, neurons, all the other interesting stuff that either you're just learning, or if you're like me, you may have forgotten about, but this has the information that you need to help you get through your homework that you're dealing with. If you have a question, you may have forgotten to ask your teacher while you're on your virtual learning, right? You can come through here, look through all this information, and like I said, this is more of a reference style when you're particularly using this, but don't be afraid of it. Don't be intimidated, but it has everything that you could possibly need when you're trying to look for some reference help when it comes to doing your homework. So, like I said, I love this particular website. It's great. Like I said, it's called Fact Monster. And this is something that anybody can use. And of course, it is free. Okay. So now, and talking to some people, another frustration, out of the way really quickly. Another frustration that people are dealing with if they have kids who may have a learning disability. That doesn't mean anything is wrong with them. They just have different ways of learning, right? So I put together, and I will put this in the chat as well, so you can look at it, or you can email me, and I'll be more than happy to share this presentation with you. These are 12 different sites where if your child, or if you have a learning disability and you're needing a little more help, that's all right. These are the 12 best websites that I found that can help you when you're actually working with your kids, or you're working and you're having a little bit of difficulty when you're doing your homework and with your virtual learning. You can look at these particular websites and you can go and look for the help that you're needing on those particular issues. So I wanted to make sure that I included this information because we want to make sure that we have some help out here for everybody. Everybody is learning. This is all new to us. And I've talked to some of you young people and you're really frustrated. So I want to make sure that I give you enough information to get you through until you can maybe get to your teacher, or, just some kind of help, or help your parents to help you. Okay? So check out these particular websites. Another thing, before I go, I wanted to make sure that I talk about this because I know everybody in this particular situation, we're frustrated, you're upset, and it's like, I haven't been in school for forever. I don't know this stuff. But the first thing I want to say, you cannot be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's in your child's school, or whether it's a neighbor, you've got to ask for help. If you don't understand your help, or you have a classmate that you can reach out to, do that. Do not be afraid to ask for help. We're all in this thing together. That's why we're putting together different resources just like this to make sure you have everything you need. But if we don't know you need help, we don't know the help. Okay. Also, check to see what resources your school district may be offering just for your help. I'm sure if you're here in Nashville and Davidson County, you can go to the MNPS website. They have several different websites, several different resources that you can use to help you through this particular area. So make sure that you look at your websites that your school district has provided for help. Next, there are all kinds of apps out there, and we talked about some of those on my workshop from last week. There are different apps that you can use to help you focus. You can use on your phone, on your tablet, or your computer that can help you through this. Make sure you use them. And last but not least, it might be kind of corny, but I like it. Teamwork makes the dream work. We are all in this together. Parents, I would say this specifically for you. I know you guys, a lot of you guys are working from home, and you're working and you have all this work from your employee, but you still have to help your kid when they are working. You may have more than one kid. So it can get a little frustrating. But is it possible that you could have some friends and they have kids there, and maybe one day you're not as busy? You say, you know what, hey, you work really hard this day, and I'll take the kids over here and I'll be a resource for them. And then vice versa, vice versa. Sometimes it takes for us to use our village to help us through this. So kind of think out of the box a little bit when it comes to looking for help with your kids and trying to balance working from home and helping your kids. Do you have a friend that you can help? Do you have a family member who may be retired who can sit with your kid for a couple of hours? Or do you have a neighbor who has a day off? Maybe they can come in and help you. Like I said, it goes up to my very first point. Don't be afraid to ask for help, but then also don't be afraid to ask your village for help. Use the people around you. Use people. Do you have an aunt or an uncle or a sister or brother who may be a school teacher that you could call if you get frustrated or if you get stuck? Use your team. Use your village. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to use your village. We're all in this together. We are definitely trying to move through this. So we got to get all hands on deck, and we have got to move through this. So use your team, use your people around you. Okay. Now, I wanted to share before I go some bonus information. Of course, I do work with the Nashville Public Library, so I cannot leave out resources that we have. Now, this is just a small portion of what we have. So our website is a good place to go and look for information, but here's some pretty cool things that I think that you can use that can also help you when you're looking for help with your homework. The first thing is ask a librarian. Okay, the Nashville Public Library, here's our website, www.library.nashville.org, and the /services, book a librarian. This is where you can book a session out with a librarian to also help to give you some individual help when it comes to homework help. You'll go to this site and you'll fill out what you're looking for, what kind of help you need, and they'll assign it to the best librarian to help you guys out. Also, if you are looking for some databases, we have a lot of databases that are on our website. And so if you're looking to access that for homework help, here's our website, and I'll make sure that if you want to see this PowerPoint or want some of these websites that I'm putting on here, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share them with you. But this is the database that you can use to get homework help that has endless possibilities that you can look and you can use to help with your homework. Suppose you're learning a foreign language, right? They have transparent languages online to help you with that. And then they also have the World Book ProQuest information link on there. They can have like old newspapers, has genealogies, or suppose you're just working on a project and you want to think about some your family and you want to search some of your own family history. That's a good place to start. So like I said, these are just a few things that the Nashville Public Library has on our website, but I encourage you to go to our library's website, which is up here, which is www.library.nashville.org. There's also other live story times, live workshops, STEM workshops, all kind of things that are going on, and you can look at our events calendar and see what we have going on. So I highly encourage you to make sure that you go onto our website and take advantage And these are also free as well. And take advantage of the workshops and all the resources that we have on our website. So if anybody has any questions or any concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me if you're wanting a copy of this presentation or you have some questions about it. Please contact me at monica.mclaurin, and my last name is spelled McLaurin at nashville.gov. It's monica.mclaurin@nashville.gov, and I'll be more than happy. And I will also put it on the final slide, and then we'll have my email address that you can access me if you have any questions about what's going on. Okay, so thank you for coming and watching our Zoom workshop today. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.